Hey everybody, welcome to WWE The People, the podcast for the fans by the fans. It has been a while. It's been quite a busy couple of weeks. We haven't had a show because a lot of us are human beings and we have jobs and families, and it's been quite busy. So we now return to your regularly scheduled broadcast. So joining me down below is Triple J Joe JG
I love you, Ted.
and Frank Gerhardt from Geek Spot News. Gentlemen, happy New Year! Quite a lot going on. So let's just quickly recap the past 4 weeks.
We'll do it in the style of Billy Joel's. We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There was wrestling.
Saturday night's main event. Cody road chopped on his head.
There was wrestling. Lots of
Yeah,
wrestling.
So where did we leave off? War games?
yeah, War Games, and then
Jeez.
quickly but I mean, not much really happened between that. We had Saturday night's main event, which don't get me wrong, it was a fun retro night. Like I enjoyed the presentation. I heard it didn't do too well in the ratings, but honestly, I
Really?
don't care about it. They didn't say. I heard it didn't have a big pop, but it's national TV. I mean, you're
On
competing
Saturday
with
night.
on a Saturday night. You're competing with college football.
NFL.
Yeah, so I mean, not much happened, but I mean, the only thing that you really took away from Saturday night's main event was the Cody KO feud. So that leaves a ladder match. Everything is leading up to tomorrow night. Monday
Oh,
Night
yeah.
Raw
Yeah.
on Netflix, and I know I'm probably leaving out a lot in between, but we had the last Friday night on SmackDown. So Tiffany Stratton cashed in on the Money in the Bank.
Absolutely did not see her actually cashing in.
The more I think about it, I mean, look, all the Netflix is pretty much going to be a PLE, right? It's just
The first
yeah,
episode will be.
right. So like they're getting all the attention, they're getting all the pop. I mean, and meanwhile, USA's like, you got to give us something.
Yeah.
We're giving you guys 3 hours. You're taking you're taking all your stars with you to Netflix. You're taking Roman, you're taking Cody, you've got Finn, you've got all those people on Raw. I mean, who do you have on SmackDown? Gunther?
They're not going to stay on Raw. It's just a one-off thing, right?
Well, the transfer window's open, and from what I was reading, Drew is going to SmackDown.
Yeah, that seems fair.
And that's fine. I did just read this. Also, the commentators are confirmed. For
Yeah.
both shows. SmackDown gets Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. Raw gets Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. Corey Graves is nowhere on this list.
Thank God.
Good.
I agree.
He's terrible. He is so bad. He tries to be Jerry the King Lawler so bad.
Lillian's staying on SmackDown, and Alicia Taylor goes to Raw.
Okay.
So
That's the girl that was on SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what they're going to do with Liv, or not Liv, with Tiffany. I didn't see her actually cashing in, but now that she did, she's going to be the biggest baby face on.
Oh, 100% easily.
The crowd
Easily.
popped so hard for that cash in. It was so awesome.
The fact that she beat everyone up was even funnier.
Well, I think the funny part is like all the baby faces are going to SmackDown and all the heels are going to Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have your brothers.
You tuned out, Frank.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That's weird. I don't know what it is. Zoom
Yeah.
thing. How's that? Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, it's better. I feel like when you have the microphone in front of you, that's where we can hear you. Like,
It's weird because when I do the other show, I have the microphone all the way out here and it picks it up, but I think it's because it's a different platform. It might just be Zoom. And I
Yeah.
was messing with my Zoom settings. I'm not gonna bring up what the possible list of tomorrow night is yet until we get there.
Right.
But I thought Saturday Night Main Event I just saw did 2.3 million, and I think I gave it a 9 out of 10.
It was a
great
awesome.
show.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was fun to see Jesse Ventura. It was fun to see that old retro Winged Eagle belt. It was fun to see like feuds, actual feuds.
And KO walking around with that belt now is absolutely awesome.
It gives him some sort of legitimacy for at least until Mania, I guess.
So,
and then he's going to fight Orton most likely at Mania.
Nope.
No?
No. It's I just read that. If you know what I read and you got it, Cena's going after one of the belts at Mania.
It has to.
Nobody knows. Nobody's sure if he's going to win the Rumble and go that route, or if he's going to win the Elimination Chamber and go that route, and which belt is he going to win? I don't want to. I would rather see him win the Elimination Chamber, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, you got to find something for him at Elimination Chamber, because if he wins the Rumble, there's no point for him to go to the Chamber.
Right.
So
unless someone like Orton stands in his way.
I don't know if it's going to be Orton. I think it's going to be the other guy.
Which other?
The other dude that needs attention like we need air.
Sami Zayn?
The other guy.
You mean the guy that has to finish the story?
No, not him. The other one that shows up whenever his movies flounder and he needs attention.
The guy that owns like 60 million shares of stock for the company, then he's worth $13 million.
Who just announced that he's coming to Raw on 2 hours ago.
You had to realize that he was going to actually, like, they have to have.
I think this is the perfect time just to jump right into Netflix, because there really isn't between Survivor Series and now. I mean, not much has really happened.
No, I think between Survivor Series and now was leading up to Netflix.
I'm sorry, you were right, JJ. It is supposed to be Orton versus Owens at WrestleMania 41, and then Orton turns heel a short time later and works a program with Cody that would be really
epic. That would be epic. But yes, let's get to Netflix.
Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief. So it's pretty obvious. The Rock already announced he's coming. I think he's walking out with Paul Heyman as the new Tribal Chief.
I like that direction, but I think it's so on the nose, and they don't like to do this on the nose stuff. They like to swerve you, but if that happens, I wouldn't be mad. It just is that you put him in that big of a spot now to keep him off TV, where he can just make videos and he can do his thing, and then you lead the Rock Roman at WrestleMania for the Olafala in a tribal championship, and you give the Rock yet another belt.
As long as he's not facing for an actual title. They can fight over the necklace all they want.
That's a good way to keep him away from a title, which I like. But it just feels like it's too on the nose with him making that big Tribal Chief announcement today, and then by the way, I'm going to be at Raw. Like,
yeah.
Well, and you saw what I sent you guys earlier, the little teaser from Heyman.
Yeah.
Where he went 1, 2, and then he went 3.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what The Rock did at Bad Blood.
Well, if I remember correctly, and I think I heard it somewhere, you guys might have mentioned it, where The Rock didn't even know why he did what he did at Bad Blood. He just did it just to do it.
But that's the beauty of them doing the storytelling is they'll take something out of nothing and make it big. Like the whole thing where The Rock came in and pushed Cody out of the way last year. And then what happened was the crowd turned and the crowd made them dictate what happened.
Right.
So that's good storytelling if they do that. Now is that going to be, so there's what? 1, 2, there's 4 confirmed matches for tomorrow night, right?
Yeah,
there's
Punk Rollins.
Punk Rollins. Liv Rhea in a last woman standing, and Drew Jay. Where do you put Solo and Roman in that? In out of those four
Main event.
End of the night.
Yes, that's got to be your main event.
What do you lead off with?
I would say Liv and Rhea.
No, I would do. I would do Punk and Seth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because so if you've ever listened to Jericho when he's actually talking about wrestling and not, when he's talking good,
When he's not grinding axes.
correct. But he talked about the match that he had with KO at WrestleMania where they put them on like second or third, and an awful spot. You want to be first or last.
Right.
So first would be, Punk and Seth, I think, to lead the show off. That's a great kickoff. And then you have all this backstage shit building up to the Solo Roman stuff. Maybe some in-ring stuff. You could do some backstage stuff. And then you filter the other matches in the middle. I would put Drew Jay closer to the main event just so Jay's already in the ring for that stuff to happen.
Or for McIntyre to interfere with Roman and Solo.
Which is possible.
Because
tribal rules.
They're McIntyre's got his hit list. So he's already taken out Jimmy. I mean, even though they came back, but like he already hit Jimmy, he already hit Sammy. He's now taking care of Jay. That leaves Roman left, right?
Yeah.
Or he goes after Cody too.
Hugging Cody.
Hugging Cody.
So, okay, so we got those matches. John Cena's definitely going to do something tomorrow night.
Yes.
Does he interfere in the tribal combat match?
I think he does a promo.
Okay.
I think he's a promo announcing he's going to be at the Rumble.
Okay. Well,
he'll do one of. You know what? I'll do you one better. He might start off Raw.
That makes sense.
So that makes a ton of sense. So you got him, and maybe The Rock comes out and confronts him about WrestleMania?
Possibly. Because I think Undertaker's supposed to be there tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be a bunch of people there tomorrow.
From what I was reading, you have Cena's going to be there, The Rock, Logan Paul. There's the rumor of Becky and Charlotte showing up, but I really wouldn't burn Charlotte on this. I
wouldn't burn both. I'd do one, not both.
I think you see Becky and then you see Charlotte at the Rumble.
Or vice versa.
But I like that a lot. Travis Scott's going to perform. Triple H is going to kick it off. So, okay. So Triple H will come out and kick it off, and then you can filter in everything else after that.
Sure.
I forgot it. Penta's going to debut tomorrow. The Wyatt Six are supposed to have a big segment with Alexa Bliss coming back, is another rumor.
Mm-hmm. I heard that too.
And then you Stone Cold, The Undertaker, maybe Goldberg.
I saw that Stone Cold was supposed to appear, but it looks like that got scrapped.
Oh wow!
A shock.
What? Yeah, I mean, I honestly wasn't expecting Stone Cold to be there.
Yeah, probably wants more money again or something.
There's a possible WWE 2K25 teaser, and there's also another rumor that maybe Batista shows up as the first inductee Hall of Fame class. I think would go awesome.
Which he would. I mean, he's due because he was supposed to go in a couple of years ago, but then COVID.
If they don't do Coco Beware, I'm gonna be.
Coco Beware is already in the Hall of Fame. I know they legitimately said that. I'm like, how the hell do you say that and not know your audience?
I didn't even know that he. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's going to be a jam-packed show. We're actually starting our show 15 minutes early and ending 15 minutes early so that I could get up to the TV in time.
Frank's going to be on Netflix. He's going to be co-hosting it.
Well, I mean, it's again, like I said, it's going to be like a PLE because it's the first show on Netflix. They're throwing everything they have into this show. Honestly, I feel like this is going to have more pop than the Rumble.
Possibly.
Do you think they go over the 3 hours if they need
Yeah.
time? Does
Yeah.
Netflix give them like, hey, if you need to go a little over 3 hours? Because I mean, really, what else? What else is going on Netflix besides you like jumping over and watching a movie, right? They don't do.
No, they don't do live stuff like that. No, they're going to give them the keys to the car tomorrow for sure.
I I think they're going to pull in. I'm going to a random number, 25 million views.
Holy shit!
That's my guess.
I think it's going to break records.
Because you have to figure this is overseas as well. This isn't just
True.
You're international now. You're not just on the USA Network in Philly
True.
or in the States. Everything is centered around.
Well, speaking of around the world, they saw the announcement yesterday that the Rumble is going to be in Saudi Arabia next year.
Terrible.
It's not 100% confirmed, but it's pretty confirmed. It's like that's rough because we're talking what 8 a.m. for us, 7 a.m. for us?
Yeah, something
Or
like
like
that.
it'll probably be taped, and they'll probably stream it on Peacock at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Can they do? Everything's going to be spoiled by the time you wake up. Like the whole thing's going to be spoiled. There's a lot to figure out with that. I mean, I get it. They're not that's not something they're doing for ticket sales. That's something they're doing for just straight cash.
Yeah, I mean the Saudis had to have paid a ridiculous amount,
no doubt about it,
for that to happen. I mean, like that they probably threw billions for that.
That's. I don't want to see more PLEs like that. That big, those big PLEs. That's one of the 410 polls, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mania, SummerSlam, and
Survivor Series.
Well, they're trying to get Mania overseas, so this could be the what do you want to call it, the launching pad that started.
I don't mind England as much because they're not as far back. It's only it's only 4 or 5 hours.
Something like that.
That's not too bad. This is like a whole it's
Completely around the world.
Yeah, legitimately.
So yeah, I get it on their perspective. It's money, but for us, it's for home, it sucks.
I think that's Dwayne mostly talking. He wants that cash.
It's an 8-hour difference. So right now it's 3:34 where we're recording this. It's 11:30 over there.
Okay,
that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Well, all right. Looks like we're having breakfast at Danny's that morning.
Too bad he never shows up on these. Hi, buddy.
Hey. Wow.
So, yes, I don't mean to keep coming back to Raw, but I feel like that's.
I mean, it's the biggest talking point of the whole wrestling community at this point.
Yeah,
so you're not wrong.
I mean, like I could
unless you want to talk about Edge's new name. Other than that,
man, you want to talk about someone that's gone rock bottom. I mean, he's getting paid, so he doesn't care.
Oh, absolutely.
But from a content, from a character standpoint,
my man's jumping off of 50-foot cages just to get a pop. Like, come on, man.
I love him, but man, just I don't know what to make of it because it's like I feel like the same way with Ricochet.
Oh, dude, he's brutal.
I don't even pay attention to.
I get clips.
Read articles. I don't even watch the clips anymore.
I legitimately see clips, and it's like most of it is cringeworthy clips. It's not even like, oh yeah, you missed his greatness. Like, no, you missed cringe. If you are a fan of cringe, you'll love it.
Put on the microphone.
So, well, I don't. Well, I think Netflix is not going to have many cringe moments. So, I mean, I think Drew and Jay is going to be good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now, who wins these matches? All right, we got to go by the predictions now. Who's going to win what?
Drew wins
Jay. Against Jay, of course.
Clean.
Yes,
yeah. And
Liv and Rhea.
This is the tough one.
I hope Liv wins. If Liv doesn't win, I think Rhea's going to win and Becky's going to come.
I could see that.
That's my.
I think Rhea wins, and I think I don't think we see the Judgment Day fully break up, but I think the Judgment Day is they're already on their last legs.
Give me 5 minutes, and I'll be right back, guys.
Ooh.
2 hours later.
All right, where were we before Joe? Had
We were given our predictions on
Yes.
the matches.
We're talking about Liv and Rhea.
Liv and Rhea. I said Rhea's going to win.
I think Rhea wins.
I think Rhea wins too, and Frank, I'm not sure if you said it right before Joe had his emergency, but you think that Becky shows up?
Yes.
Solid pick. Solid.
That makes the most sense. Like I said, I think Charlotte's gonna appear at the Rumble, and then who do you have winning Punk versus Rollins?
That's a hard one, man. That's a hard one. I'm gonna give it to Rollins.
Yeah, I was gonna go Seth too.
I'm thinking Seth as well.
Oh man, if all three of us are picking Seth, does one of us have to be the odd man out?
I mean, I'll take
Andy's not here, so
I'll go
Andy's
Seth.
the one that.
Yeah, I'll take the odd man and say Punk.
Yeah, Andy would probably pick like Jimmy Carter or something like that to win.
Oof.
A little too soon.
A little bit.
But
so those are the only 4 confirmed matches right now.
And
you said they booted the Intercontinental title match, right?
They moved the Intercontinental Women's Finals to the following Monday because it was too crowded with all the special guests, and I'm going to guess a lot of the promos and in-ring stuff. And I think these 4 matches are going to go 20, 30 minutes each at minimum.
I don't even think that, honestly. I think some of these matches are going to be pretty quick because they're going to make their way for promos and stuff.
Well, who do you have winning Solo and Roman?
Oh, we forgot about that one. Jeez.
Solo. I have Solo getting the win, but I don't think it involves The Rock getting the Olafon.
I have him winning with obviously the assistance of The Rock.
I have
or Paul Heyman.
I had Roman winning, but it's either Roman winning or a no contest.
Well, so they said that there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. So it can't go no contest. There has to be a winner and a loser.
Yeah, but The Rock, I think The Rock just asserts his dominance and just says, neither of you are worthy. I'm taking it.
Maybe.
That's possible. I think Solo wins because Roman's got to do. Roman's going to have to finish his story another time.
It's so cliche anymore.
Well, the Roman and Solo match, like so many things can happen to that match because there's so many people involved. So like The Rock, you could have The Rock interfering, you could have Drew McIntyre interfering.
Punk.
Well,
I don't. I mean,
what's that favor? What's the favor?
The Cody Roman match at our WrestleMania. It was our WrestleMania. Was tribal rules, and it was like Endgame.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be to that level, but I think you're going to have this one. You're going to have a couple of different, because you figure you got the Tonga guy. I forget which one it is.
Tonga Loa.
Tonga Tim.
Well, there's also rumor of 2 more Bloodline members joining.
There is. And you have Jacob. You have Jacob there. And then on Roman's side, you have the Usos and Sammy. So that's 3. You have 2 over here. I don't know.
So it could be interesting. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I was going to say, what do we think this? So I have an outlandish theory that I think Punk goes heel against Seth. Hear me out.
Okay.
So Punk either goes heel or this favor that he wants from Paul Heyman is that he wants another match against The Rock. And Paul Heyman goes heel and turns and joins The Rock.
But now I like where you're going with that, but for Punk to face The Rock, he would have to face him as a babyface. It makes more sense. It makes more sense for Rollins to turn because he's really done as much as he can with this babyface character. Like he's kind of teetering. Seth going heel, I think, would be great.
I think it's going to be appropriate.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, I think he could also. I think Punk would probably the favorite. I think would be a title shot somewhere.
So if Seth goes heel, does he win because he cheats to beat Punk?
Possible. That would be a great turn to have Seth, who hates Punk so much, cheat to win. Because hey, Punk has him down. Punk has him beat. The only way Seth can win is maybe. Well, I don't see Drew getting back involved with.
No, I can't. No, I think he's done with that.
No,
you got to leave that off. It ended perfectly.
So, who do you have help, or do you just have Seth cheat on his own?
Seth cheat on his own.
Bring in Becky.
I mean,
because they're trying to change her character, right? They're trying to get her off the man persona.
Charlotte's going to come back as a heel.
Yeah.
From what I was reading, Charlotte's going to come back as like an ultra heel. Like,
she's better as a heel anyway.
Much better. Becky going heel wouldn't be bad.
Well, they tried it and it didn't work. That's why they had to turn her face again.
Yeah. She's too. Yeah, and maybe with the whole Star Trek thing, and I don't know how they're reacting.
Now I don't know if it's in the works, but if with Punk being back, do they bring back AJ?
I think that's been a rumor for a while. Who knows?
But I mean, never say never. Now, I mean, we never thought Punk would ever come back.
Oh, I never said never. I just said who knows.
So I mean, they bring in Becky, Punk brings in AJ.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
I do. Don't hate it.
Oh.
So it's going to be a loaded show. Now, before we go, I kind of want to quickly recap 2024. So just highlights of 2024. So I'm just going to go around the room for best thing, best pop or whatever. So first of all, the best PLE without a doubt.
WrestleMania.
Yes.
And I think we're all a little biased there too.
We're all a little biased on that one, but I mean, like I said, it was the Avengers Endgame of WWE. All right.
It was a banger second night, too.
Yes, it was. It's perfect. Literally everything, top to bottom, was just perfect.
The best heel.
It has to be.
I'm going with McIntyre.
I was going Drew.
Yeah, has to be.
Best tag team.
All right. The best. Who was the best, or who do you like the best? I lean Street Profits a lot, but they just don't get the love.
I really enjoyed Miz and R-Truth.
That's
a very good one.
Yeah. I kind of feel like the Motor City Machine Guns stole the show at the end of the year.
Also a good one.
Yes.
So, but that's a good. Hey, it's nice when we all have a different.
Perception.
Different opinion of it.
Nobody picked Alpha Academy at all? No. Okay.
What's that?
Nobody picked Alpha Academy? No. Okay.
Shush, please.
Best in the women's division. Best women's wrestler.
Rhea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a different path.
I think I know where you're going.
The belt, but Tiffany Stratton.
I knew you were going there.
I'm all about Tiffy.
Nothing wrong with that. It's not a bad answer.
Although, again, it was kind of a toss up between Rhea and Liv.
Liv had a resurgence. She did have a resurgence.
I like the turn that they gave Tiffany.
Yes.
They built that turn right because we were all crapping on the Money in the Bank thing because I think it's played out and it's lived its usefulness tyrant for a while.
I agree with that.
They won't.
Which wrestler in 2024 had the best pop? It's a hard one.
AJ in France, the camera was literally shaking.
That Jey Uso overseas too.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Jay.
So the Jey Uso, but that was France too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
let's just say we're going to put that out there. France definitely had the best fans.
Did you notice though on SmackDown who's getting the crowd behind him when he's talking now? The crowd's chanting "I love you" Solo when Jacob.
Oh.
I don't mean to keep going back, but I kind of feel like I kind of feel like Solo is going to go back to the original after Monday. Probably throughout the course of the year before WrestleMania, Solo will go back to the original Bloodline.
You think so? You think they'll just take them back in?
There was a line Solo gave Jacob way early on this year. When Jacob first came over, he told him that if Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, you listen to what he says over what I. And I never forgot that one little because they don't. Paul Heyman said it before. There is no wasted camera time with the Bloodline. Everything that's done and said on camera means
It's done for a reason.
And he said, Jay, you're my brother. I still love you.
Yep.
So, and I think he eventually goes back the whole story is going to come back full circle.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see it.
So, there's that. Best rising upcoming star.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, easily.
I'm gonna go with Joe Hendry.
Well, he's not in WWE.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
He's NXT.
I guess.
Imagine the pop he's going to get at the Rumble.
Oh, he's going to get a Rumble pop for sure.
I love it.
I know, like they've had clips or they've had Rumble leaks, which I don't think they're accurate.
No,
at all.
Frank sent them to us too. I don't believe it
because they already announced that you're going to have KO and Cody at the Rumble, so that takes Kevin Owens off the Rumble.
Not necessarily. They've done that before, where someone fought earlier in the night and then they would be in the Rumble.
They're fun. They're fun to speculate over, but it's too far out.
Yeah. I don't like that it's in February. I'm a very I like it back. It has to be January. The Rumble is always January for me, just like Mania is always April.
I'm wondering if it's because they don't want to conflict with football playoffs.
I think it's exactly what it is.
For what? The Rumble?
Yeah.
So.
Because that's the week before the Super Bowl, so that's an off week, correct?
Yep.
So yeah, it's actually pretty smart on their behalf.
Yeah. So I'm going with Joe Hendry as my rising upcoming star.
Yeah.
That and any other categories that we're not covering.
Best moment.
Did we do best?
Best feud? Oh, Punk and McIntyre. No question.
Which goes back to real fast that we didn't mention, the Punk and Rollins promo.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
I love when they blur the lines of reality.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was so well done.
Well, just I mean, especially when he came back at Survivor Series, when they showed Rollins' reaction, how pissed off he was. Because they never told him that Punk was coming back.
Right.
Nobody knew. It was great.
So, my little one's waking up.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
That's his symbol to wrap it up, guys. So, well, guys, let us know what you think in the comments because it was a very awesome year of wrestling. Netflix is going to be off the charts.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be the biggest show of the year. It's probably going to beat a lot of the PLEs. I think it's going to be more popular than the Rumble. And
let's just hope it doesn't buffer. Let's just hope it don't buffer every 5 seconds because I'll tell you what, right now, I'll be really pissed.
You're not getting 60 million people, but I still stand by 2025.
Could see it. But hey, let's hope for good things.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for joining. We'll see you next time and enjoy Raw on Netflix, guys.
I love you, Ted.
Love you.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Taking it all, settle the score. No, I will not take a loss. Taking it all.